7 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Dwayne Haskins and the Washington football team taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they interplay here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. They're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Haskins. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to. So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
Return team.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now Elliott. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
The ball carrier.
The numbers for Zeke from last week. 17 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
And when you lead the league in rushing for this stretch of time, now you take on the identity. You now lead the team and everything runs.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. He's at the 40, past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 89 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
If you did know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll run with McKissick. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They run with the former Buccaneer. It's Peyton Barber. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Van Der Esch on the tackle.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
For a Washington.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
49-yard line.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. That one is slant to McLaurin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Intended for a Stevens.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
A carry now for McKissick. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Prescott. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. And a Cowboy first down.
A first down carry by Elliott. Kendall Fuller in on the stop.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
That one good for 12 yards, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Cowboys 7. Washington, nothing.
They'll run on first down. Elliott. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
To Ezekiel Elliott.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Third and short yardage. Prescott eluding the pressure right. This is caught by Jackson. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. Prescott looks to throw on first.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. On second down, it's Pollard. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. And it's a big play there on third down, but with the marker on the field, I don't think it's going to hold. Let's see. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Third and long for Prescott. Connects here with the tight end, Blake Jarwin. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line, 25-yard line.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
In Washington territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 25-yard line. Draw play, Elliott. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
Complete to number
CeeDee Lamb. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Third down. Here's Haskins. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. It's taken to the 26. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now a throw here to his running back. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. That catch good for only a couple.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. That's caught by Jackson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
It's a gain of
25 yards that time.
First down, Cowboys.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
That is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Not much there, only a yard.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Final play of the half, it's Haskins. He gets it to Sims, complete. So we come upon halftime with the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half, let's do it. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Return. The Cowboys take over first.
Let's see what our player spotlight feature has in store with Dak Prescott. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep because they've gone deep with a lot of success.
And pick your phrase, pick your code words, your buzzwords, whatever, vertical stretch, deep passes, go routes, right? What's that route you love? What's that route you love? 4 verts. All of it working because they're able to find ways to get deep and for him to show off that big arm.
We see some of that big arm right here. He has been great. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A nice little juke. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On 2nd down now. It's Elliott, and he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Landon Collins.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8. at the 48-yard line.
Elliott. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 16 yards, a first down. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just the series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone. Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On second down, Peterson. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught.
First and goal.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the...
That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown.
Number 19.
Amari Cooper with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own.
First possession of the second half now for Washington. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll go again with McKissick. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Ball carrier.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the gun, Haskins on third down. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount.
Haskins hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf.
5-yard line.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
One man in the backfield, Elliott. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. He'll get the football here. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up first and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they were able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move.
And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. This is Elliott. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them. But all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
He was covered by Jamal Adams.
To throw again. Haskins. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Washington on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
They're going on 4th down. Haskins. And some room to roam now. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
So out comes Washington's offense to take over. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
John Ross.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
34-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins throwing for his running back. He's got him complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Haskins. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career, and that ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the pass, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys are excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
The ball carrier.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
The ball carrier.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And Duke Riley will get credit for the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
A 20 and carry here for Elliott. And now running right through him. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this pick? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Now, it's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. One final shot for Haskins, and he locates Walker, complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Cowboys, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for Washington, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they